Hello everyone, um, I'm back again for another video tonight. I just finished doing some board games with some friends, so since I had the games out, I figured I would do a quick video just to showcase them and I guess kind of do a review on them, on what I think about it. One of them I've only played a couple times, and the other one I've actually just played today, so I hope you're doing well today, tonight, wherever you are, and I hope that you enjoy this video. Please let me know if you have any advice or tips, but yeah, let's get started. So the first game that I played tonight is Alice is Missing, and this is a new game I just added to my collection. It was pretty good, a little hard to follow. It's definitely a party game, so you need a lot of people to play this game, so I would recommend if you have friends to do that with them. But I'll just go ahead and open the box here. So here's the art. I guess I'll do some sound. I'm not sure if you can hear it. These boxes always have really nice sounds to them. And excuse me if you can hear some noise. I really apologize for that. But here's the instruction book. I hope you can see it on the video. I'm still testing out the camera angle on how to best showcase this, but here it is. Alice is Missing. And if I look at my arm every now and then, it's because I'm checking the time to make sure that I don't go for 15 minutes. But essentially this game, you play it all on your phone via texting. So you text your friends questions or discuss different topics. So let's see here if I can find this. So here we have some of the cards. I'll move this over here. Here are some of the cards. And these are the suspect cards. They're the people involved in the crime or the mystery. So it can be anybody, but it was pretty cool trying to figure out who the suspect was. Let's see here. Here's some of the character cards. And these usually give you an overview of what each person can play as. So it really depends on the kind of character that you want to be. These fiery cards here are your motivation, so it kind of gives you a little more to build your character profile out. Like example, this one says, I know how you really feel about Alice. We've never gone along. You've always been there for me, so it kind of gives you another layer to play with. These are the clue cards. So this is played on a 90-minute timer, and every time the clock hits a certain point, you reveal this card, and it'll tell you something like, you've heard terrible rumors about what happens here after dark, so you can choose a location. It says reveal a location there. But essentially there's a few ways the story can pan out depending on what cards you get, what cards each player picks. Here are the location cards. You can tell by the symbol on them there. And then more clue cards. So there's quite a bit. So you can really build out your story however you want to do it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining. It can get a little dark sometimes just because of the themes and things it tackles in the story. But you can totally build it to your own liking. So if there are some things you don't want to talk about, you can tell the team that you don't want to do that. at the start of the game, and you can omit that from the story. But yeah, it's almost like a choose your own adventure game. It did feel a little scripted from time to time, but it was really nice. I liked the story. You actually did have to get some additional materials, so for example, I had to print these out, and these are the missing posters for your characters. So there are different characters that these are all different versions of Alice, so they're all different heights, weight, hair color, eye color, information. So it really helps to kind of diversify the story. So every time you play with different sets of friends, you might get a different story. But yeah, it was really nice. I would totally recommend if you're into mystery games or murder mysteries. It is a little hard to get into, but if you have someone that can take the reins as the game master, it's definitely a really good game to play. So there is that game. Alice is missing. There you go. There you go. And then the other game we played, it's a pretty quick game. It's called Paranormal Detective. And I really like the art here. It's actually really fun. But this one's much simpler than the Alice game. You kind of play as, here's the board game, the board I guess. But it has different components. You have the body here. You place little blood dials. That kind of gives idea to the detectives of who murdered the ghost. And there's a double-sided there. So you have these different detectives that you play with. And they all kind of have their own cards. So, as always, you have a game manual. It's supposed to help you figure out the game and keep track of everything. It has great art. Some markers to write down clues with. Definitely will probably not work after a few plays of the game. That's usually how that works with these markers, but they're great so far. You have these cards here. Excuse me. So these gonna give you the murder that's going on. So it gives you information on the story, the objectives of what the detectives are trying to find out. So you have the who, the why, the where, the how, and the weapon, and they kind of all alternate depending on the story and the event. So each detective asks questions, and they try to figure out these different questions, the answers, I suppose. And once you have all 5 of them, then you win the game with the ghost. But each detective, as shown in those pictures, has a deck of cards. So you have these here. And I usually keep them with rubber bands just because I like to be organized. We also have some tarot cards here. And these are for the ghost to use to communicate with you. So you have those there. Some tokens. Here are the blood tokens I was speaking about. So, feels like I'm coming up on time, but yeah, this is a really fun game to play with friends. It's pretty quick. You can make it as quick as you want, or it can take a little longer depending on how if you have thinkers in your game, you know, they like to think and kind of solve the mystery. Might take a few turns, but it really works with different types of groups, so it's really great depending on what you do or the types of friends you have over. So I would definitely recommend it if you want a quick, kind of reminds me of Mysterium, if you've ever heard of that board game, but paranormal with detectives and the ghost instead of with Mysterium being a different genre. But it's really great. So I know that was a little fast, but I figured I would get out a video since I haven't done one since the one I did earlier this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or want me to do a video and go more into depth about each game, leave a comment or send me a message and I'll be happy to do another video going more into detail about each game and all that kind of sort of stuff there. But I hope you enjoyed tonight's video. Thank you for watching as always. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a great night. Take care.